And by the way, who sells grape juice?
Yeah.
That's Paul Harvey, and now the rest of the story.
Oh, I haven't thought about him in a long time. Morning, Hal.
Good morning.
Good morning, all.
Hi, Bob.
Mike?
Morning.
Oh. Well,
Hi,
so
Bob.
everybody got on easily?
Yep.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Now, is this the church's subscription?
Is this the church's what?
I thought we were gonna get a subscription to Zoom through the church. Have we done that yet?
No, this is, I mean, it's just good. You know, it's easy enough for the church to sign up for an account just like anybody else can. Right now, it's under my name, but if we do it through the church, then somebody's got to be the general host, I guess.
Right.
I've set it up now so that anybody can log on without the host having to, you know, invite them in, and I've also set it up so that it should be the same link every week, so that we don't have to go into the website and change the link every week. So we're trying to simplify things a little bit.
So does the host get to eliminate uninvited guests?
Right.
I think the host gets to mute anybody he wants to.
You know, the idea of a host, you know, the idea of a host is really a moderator for meetings. And since this is a coffee hour, we really don't need a moderator as such. We just need maybe occasionally somebody to jumpstart a conversation or something like that. There are supposedly ways that you can go off into separate meeting rooms with, you know, if you've got a particular discussion with somebody else, but we haven't figured out how to use that function. There's a lot of functions on Zoom. Oh, whose phone's ringing? No, not me. Everybody's looking at their
Hello.
phone.
Oh, it's hell.
So anyway,
I
we're
just,
open for discussion, so.
did that password work that I gave you
For what?
to get into
This
the
one?
meeting?
I didn't need it.
What were you
I
guys?
gave you the number. You gave me the number and I joined that way. There was no password though, so.
It doesn't get in?
Uh.
Oh, I don't know. Maddie just got in, she just went with
The number.
the number.
Deb and Jack, are you at the church?
Um,
Hannah, where are you?
No, but the church is behind.
I know.
Sunny? Isn't it sunny in Hanover?
Well, it was cloudy over in our day, but when we get down by the church, it's much nicer.
Is it seem to be working? Is it
It's a virtual background.
okay?
If we move around,
If
it's
we
like,
move, we disappear.
That's very cool.
And Jim Hoyes?
I don't know.
Jim, where are you? Jim Hoyes.
I'm actually not with the virtual background, but sitting on the steps of the parsonage. So
Oh.
ah,
So,
I was looking at the rain garden the other day. Everything's coming up nicely.
Plenty of rain.
yes,
There's been a lot of rain.
Where are Cindy and Wayne?
thank you
You
for
in
saying-
Florida still, Cindy?
I'm sorry?
Are you still in Florida, Cindy?
Yes, we are. We have no plans to come home as yet.
Okay.
We can stay here forever.
ah,
No one else will be renting this condo in the summer in Florida. So it's up to us. We can stay here as long as we feel that we don't want to travel, I guess.
We feel safe here.
Oh, that's good.
What's the temperature?
This morning it was in the 80s, but the humidity down here is higher than normal. So
Oh.
it feels like it's in the 90s. We went for a walk for about an hour and, you know, you're just a ball of sweat.
According to our kids, it was 97 in LA the other day, but they don't have the humidity, so that's not quite so bad.
Well, Andrew said that the bugs are awful this year too. It's really early and it's very buggy.
We were just saying there are no bugs
no
here at
bugs.
all.
You haven't got any? Oh, maybe they spray a lot near you.
No, I don't know. We've never found it to be buggy here and we've been many Aprils. But this is the hottest April we've ever,
That they know.
but
I want you to be part of this.
So Cindy, have you seen anything opening up down there?
no, nothing's open.
What town are you in, Cindy?
We're in Marco Island, which is the southern part of Florida on the west coast. It's below Naples. It's an island. It's very residential, gorgeous, gorgeous homes, not honky tonk at all. Beautiful beach, which we cannot access. But our pool luckily is still open. So we have water aerobics almost every day. And there's only 6 of us left in water aerobics, so we've got plenty of distancing. And we walk a lot, and very few people are left here in our condominium complex.
Yeah.
So it's easy to distance. There's loads of restaurants, nice restaurants that are open for takeout. We do that maybe once a week. And then the grocery stores, Wayne goes to the grocery store in full dress with long sleeves, masks, etc. But he can talk to you about that down here. They have the plexiglass, right?
Everything is very safe. They have the lines marked out on the floors, direction of travel. It's
They're
they're
keeping,
doing well.
they're keeping safe.
Yeah.
We wish the beach was open, but whatever's safe.
How about Hanover? Is anything open?
Well, for takeout, for curb
Yeah.
delivery.
Yeah,
Grocery stores.
Dairy Queen. Has
Oh.
anybody driven past the Dairy Queen when, yesterday, there was a line out to the
Yeah.
road and looping around all their driveways.
It looked
all
like
their
somewhere at
parking lot.
Disneyland. It was just, they don't even have that.
We understand that Chick-fil-A has opened and
Yeah.
has a line that goes around the mall.
Right, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Disappointing.
Although it's
Happy's
faster now.
Liquor Store is doing a great business.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, the
I
liquor-
can attest to that because we got a lot of stuff from them.
Businesses, yeah.
Charlie Tuesday's open.
Oh,
Yeah.
down in Pembroke?
Yep, Duxbury.
Mm.
Yes, Duxbury.
They didn't have a line the other day though when I went by. They had a few cars in the parking lot spaced out. So I think people were just waiting for their takeout orders to come out.
Yep.
But there was no line there.
Where's that, Lynn?
Charlie's on 53?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep. It's down near that little driving range in Pembroke.
Yeah. What about the grocery stores? Are they fully stocked or?
Pretty much.
They
Except
seem
everybody
to
goes
have-
in covered up. You've got lanes to go up and down. Same as what you were saying. Yeah.
No toilet paper.
Well, some of them have it.
No white flour.
No, I haven't.
I tried to buy 2 boxes of Kleenex at once. I was disappointed.
Roche Brothers in Marshfield was fully stocked. There wasn't anything missing. There was no limits on what you could buy. They had toilet paper, paper towels, eggs,
That's good to know.
flour. They didn't have King Arthur flour, but they had flour. The only thing I haven't been able to find is yeast, on the shelves. But they were pretty much fully stocked. Fruits and vegetables look good.
I haven't been able to get Roach Brothers delivery for 3 weeks.
No, you can't get into any of the delivery at all. I've tried for weeks and I just gave up.
Well,
I've been,
I go at the elderly time period, time period at 6 or 7.
Well, I've started using Instacart, but you have to give a good tip. You have to give a tip.
Oh, yeah, but you also don't get what you ordered all the time either.
We've been having pretty good luck with
I have
with
plenty of problems.
Shaw's has been, yeah, at first when we started with Shaw's, it was like 2 weeks out, 2.5
Yeah.
weeks, and you could hardly get it, but it's down now to, we can, up every week now, we can get groceries delivered. So that's
Yeah.
been working pretty well. I think, I don't know if they've been restocking shelves or if they just have the back room.
Well, they probably increased the number of people that can do the shopping for
Yeah.
the online stuff and
I
deliver.
know that Instacart supposedly hired something like, I don't know, 800,000 people, something like that.
Yeah, they're paying better. They're paying their Instacart shoppers better. And then they allowed you to change the tip from 10% or 50%. Now you can go up to 25%. And if you put 25%, you get a shopper every time.
Yeah. Funny how that works, huh?
I know, I think a lot of the, I think a lot of the cashiers and staff members were given a $2 per hour raise, and I tried to tip actually the bagger and the clerk the other day, and they said they weren't allowed to take it, which I felt badly about that, yeah.
Well, I thank everybody when I'm in the food stores for working there, and they all appreciate these
I
big things.
know, yeah.
I'd love to encourage anybody who wants to order flowers for Mother's Day to use the Hanover florist because they're losing a lot of business now.
Oh, yeah.
From our church.
I know. That's where I got the palms that I put in front of the church for Palm Sunday from him. And he was so happy to get the phone call. And he came out to the car. He had everything all set, brought it right out. And he was, just so thankful for a little business.
Yeah, oh, that's nice.
Every time we used to watch the evening news all the time, the national news, but now with the family here and all, we don't get to watch so often. But it really, I grouse about the grocery order and not being able to get the things that I want. But then when we do turn on the evening news, and I see lines and lines and lines of people going to try to get food, I think,
right.
Oh, you stupid woman, why are you complaining?
Right. I know it.
People just are desperate and they don't,
Yeah.
waiting and waiting for just.
Is there any information on the Hanover Food Pantry and if they have any needs or, stuff that we could be doing as?
Jane Esther, I'm sure could tell you if you wanted to call
Yeah.
Jane.
I went about 3 weeks ago to drop off some items, and at that point they said they were really well stocked, but I haven't heard anything. That was probably 3 weeks ago.
Okay. I was just curious if there's something they needed,
Yeah.
I'm on the town emergency committee and I haven't heard anything. It's needed.
Well, that's the other thing. I signed up to be a volunteer if they needed anything. I'd say I could drop off, I could cook, bake, whatever, and I've heard nothing from the town at all. I sent in the
They've been
people.
serving food out of the high school.
I have not had any requests like that.
Yeah.
Anybody, even when I've offered. So don't take it personally.
Oh, I'm not. I just feel bad if there was something that needed to be done, but I
Yeah,
haven't.
I was going to do that too, Deb. I'd called the COA last week about if they need any help for Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I spoke
Yeah.
with one gentleman and they never called me back, so I'm assuming that they're good.
Right.
I think they're doing okay. I delivered on one day and I was
Oh, really?
a couple of days, but
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea if we as a church would donate something there, either funds or that during this time. I know it's tough for our church to keep it open and that, but I think this sort of concept as part of the community might be a good thing as we move on for this. Part of our, fellowship or stewardship as a group, maybe something from the church. I throw that out.
Would you be able to do that with the Deacons Fund?
Speaking
We
of
can
this,
do
John,
that out of the outreach and service.
we have
fund.
money in the, I'm sorry.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
we have money in the Deacons Fund we could use.
That
If
would
that
be-
would
that would be
expedite
great.
it.
I think that would be nice, John. You're right.
Yeah, because I agree with Ava. It's we are very lucky, and we're the Suzanne are the same thing. It's like oh yeah, we don't want to go out, but we have enough food and we're very lucky. So I think and it's going to, as long as we're still functional as a church, because I know we don't have any offering other than online for a while. So there's no loose offering, but I think as a part of the community, it would be a good idea just to say, here, use this and for whatever you need. And we might even want to send out an email that, a fundraiser, a donate as time goes on, if we can, and something for that. I throw it out. Again, that's something I think would be reasonable.
Well, it's bound to be increasing. I mean, people being unemployed, they're going to have needs, and if we can maybe see that, help a little up front, maybe that's a good thing. So, John, I would say, why don't you use your discretion at the amount, and we'll see about getting it to who would it go to? Food pantry. Yeah. Anybody know?
Yeah, food pantry. I used to send my donations to a specific individual, but last year they told me just send it over to the address of the church on Main Street. So that's what I do, and it goes there fine.
Jim Hoyes, how's the offering coming in?
It's coming in. People are using the online giving, so it's down a little bit. We had a finance meeting about a week and a half ago, and the early numbers were down 10%. So we'll see how that transitions now into April. But the online portal is, important for us to use. I would also add that, to give money to the food pantry, the outreach and service committee funds are pretty high right now, and so they could make that as well. I don't know what the discretionary fund total is, but certainly there's money that we can make a church donation from that if the committee votes for it.
Okay, and that sounds, I don't know, do we need, how official a vote do we need for any of those funds?
Okay.
There's a lot more in the outreach and service. It's just a matter of them releasing the funds. Carol cuts the check in the name of the church, but someone needs to tell them to release it. It's a restricted fund, so we can't just spend it without them giving a thumbs up, which I don't know why they wouldn't do.
Right. I think I would rely on outreach and service to maybe Reverend Terry could ask outreach and service if this would be okay with them, and then they can decide. And I would trust outreach and service.
Yeah, that's the only vote I meant. Yeah, there's not a church.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Okay.
Where will the money go?
Hanover Food Bank.
Hanover Food Pantry.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
And is that?
I'm fine. It's just a sneeze. I'm fine.
I'm gonna go make. I'm leaving to go make a note. I'll be back.
Okay.
It's easy enough to do, Dana, right?
Yep, I think Karen and I were in the outreach and service. We agree. Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect. That was quick.
That was easy.
Votes. Well, there are 3 of us on stewardship, so that makes it easy. So I tell you.
We spent some money to make up for the Good Friday walk. That always has for I can't remember the name of sharing.
Sharing. Yeah. Yeah.
We sent some money to that.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was gone. Do we have a dollar number?
Well,
That's a touchdown right there. So, or a 3-pointer, one of the two. How big is the budget? I don't have that information with me. I mean,
Jim's
Quite a bit of money in outreach. I mean, we can send 500. I mean,
I would, if we could do 500, that sounds.
500.
Yeah.
Okay.
do that.
That's easily doable with their budget.
Yeah.
Budget's about 18,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't we do that now, and then if we want to do it later on, we can as well.
Let's start with that, and we'll.
I'm going to touch base with the visiting nurse this week to find out if there's a need there.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
She's a good,
Excellent.
good source.
Linda.
Hi, Maddie.
Kirsten, anything from California?
from California. Yes, Sandra's arriving home late tonight.
Oh, good.
Good.
Yeah, so that's good news. Actually, Ted's here right now walking in. Say hello to the church, Dad. We're very
Hi,
excited.
Dad.
Yeah. We're looking forward to having Sandra back for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So she has been missed. I know she's been enjoying her time with her grandbaby, but I said, you know what, Sandra, they can't miss you if you're still there. So, if we want them to get moving back this way, you got to get coming home at some point. So,
It wouldn't be sad if they were here.
exactly.
So has anybody found any new spots to walk that
Oh, good
they
question.
hadn't been before?
Mm.
Well, we went back to a place we had been a while ago. Actually, the old Swanham Air Base, which is now Swanham, behind that are the walking trails that used to be the runways of the air base. They have a huge parking lot that's still open, not closed, and you can socially distance all you want, because it's probably about, how many acres? 10 acres?
More than that.
But it goes right along the water on the Nantucket River. It's beautiful. We did that the other day. It's great.
You can't walk along the beach, though. Walton Beach, Quincy Shore Drive is all blocked off. They get road cones every 5 feet for the entire 2-mile stretch.
Wow.
And Basket Beach is also blocked off.
Which beach?
We're gonna walk at Jacob's Pond yesterday, and we drove by and the parking lot was packed and there were cars all down the street. So we decided, no, I guess we won't walk at Jacob's Pond.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
But I'm going over to the ocean. When did we go? Wednesday?
Wednesday.
It was really the nice day of the week, whatever day it was. But this parking lot that's behind there used to be where they had that venue for the concerts. It's a huge parking lot, and it was like 20 cars in it.
We went over to the herring run yesterday, which was, I mean, it was pretty busy, but it was quite a trip. I mean, the fish are wild. Eli was disappointed he couldn't, fish. It would have been a little unfair to the poor fish, We brought our net and everything, and people were giving us the eye. I'm like, we're not taking it.
Now, is that over in Pembroke?
In Weymouth.
In Pembroke?
The one in Pembroke, yeah. I mean, it was really cool. It was a beautiful day. People had picnics and just an excursion to go check out the fish. But they've only got, I don't know, they don't have too much time left, I don't think.
Right, probably.
In that area, but it's something to watch for sure. Watching them get up through the little, waterfalls and awesome.
I think the North and South River watershed have some interesting little walks, and they're probably not particularly crowded because they're along kind of waterways and stuff. So that'd be worth checking out their website.
I would just mention that Hanover is full of open space trails if you just go to the website.
Yeah, we've been enjoying those. Did
Behind the high school, the cross-country trails are always open, and they're not crowded. Just a little
Did
bit.
you on our Earth Day see the photos of various large cities before and after the pandemic as far as smog?
Right, I know. Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
We do mess up.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you're looking for a spot to just get away from things, there's a great little pocket park in Marshfield.
Oh,
where is it?
The one that's 39?
It's off of Summer Street, and it actually belongs to the Watershed Association.
Okay, yeah.
What is that? Is that worth a
Come in. Come show our baby.
For an Audubon Society the other day, and they're closed. Oh.
Hey guys, are the leaves out on the tree there yet?
No, they're just starting.
But
They're
all
just
the
starting.
trees are in bloom.
Pear trees are in bloom, yeah.
He's
The
cute.
Bradford pears are all blooming. They're probably done almost.
Okay.
Yeah, but it seems slower this spring, but maybe it's just because I'm so anxious to do something outside. Like a lot of my hostas are only just starting to come up and, you know.
Yeah.
But doesn't stop the deer from eating them.
I was going to say the deer are having a great time. Suzanne says they're eating all her hostas. So
I have a great spray that doesn't smell bad that I can get the name of for people.
I know they've been eating all my lilies too this year.
Yeah, they're eating daylilies. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Pains in the butt. Ate my all my tulips I planted. They've eaten them.
Yeah, they chunk them right off. They haven't eaten mine yet. They ate them 4 feet up, so there's no green all the way up to 4 feet up. They ate it all winter.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim Hoyes, can you give us a little report from the business side of things? How are things with your companies? Are you managing to keep on top of things?
Yeah, I mean, we're working a lot remotely, anyway. So in a way, there's a captive audience of people we need to reach because they're not traveling. And so it's easier to calendar thing. But for new clients, obviously seeing them in person and having the upfront meetings was important. But for continuing business, there really hasn't been much change.
Yeah. Our son and daughter-in-law are as we are here, and they're working remotely. And they're just kind of wondering now if, when things improve, if they might be able to still continue working remotely. I think companies are going to be thinking.
Yeah, there'll be more of it.
Yeah.
I have been doing remote working since 1975. This is 35 years later for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I started back in 75 doing it on a 300 baud modem, 30 characters per second.
I know what you mean.
I'm curious about the schools. Are you teaching online, or what are you doing there? And where are you, in Duxbury, or where are you?
Oh, me, yes.
Yeah.
We're still, yes, we're teaching online. So this has been this past week, we're on April vacation.
So what the procedure, and how many classes and how many minutes?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't operate like that. Basically, you front load at the beginning of the week. The kids are sent out their weekly game plan. And so you have to have planned for the whole week. And we use a platform called Schoology, which houses, instead of using something like Google Classroom, we use what's called Schoology. And, they already have established a science class and an English class and a math class. They have all their courses in there. And then within there, everybody's created a school closure folder. And then every week you post your folder inside that school closure folder. And, you outline your assignments for the week. So
is it pass fail there?
Yeah, credit, no credit. Yeah, essentially. So it's not even super clear at this point. So for term 3, we've established that you can either choose to take your grade that you had before we left, or you can decide to take credit, no credit sort of thing. And then for term 4, it's going to be based on that's not even clear yet. Exactly. I mean, it's going to be a pass fail essentially.
Any hint that there might be summer classes?
That there might be what?
Summer classes?
Oh, no hint of that. Yeah, no, it's still, we just got the word that we're not having school for the rest of the year, and then who knows after that what it's gonna look like, so we'll see.
Let me just mention that I just got a message that says our time is about up. And we could close. On the other hand, they've let us just continue. So if everything goes blank, meeting's over.
So when the time is up, you shut your phone down.
Yeah, in fact, our time is up. So maybe John, would you mind doing a little closing for us?
Do you think that there is enough
John Terry?
now for us to actually think about
John?
for the next couple of weeks?
Okay, this was the benediction for Sunday.
Yes.
May Christ the crucified one convince you that God loves us, that God has forgiven us. May we go forward with the courage of faith in Christ crucified, drawing us to himself. And the blessing of God, our Creator, Redeemer, and Giver of life, be with us today and always. Amen.
As always, it was enjoyable visiting with everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good week.
Good to see you all.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Safe travels, Cindy. Yeah.
Okay.
Stay safe.